Today I want to share with you a project that I recently ordered from Stampin' Up, and this is Haunted Home Kit. And so I wanted to try it out here this holiday season. It looks like it's got all the instructions, all the supplies, and everything together. And so today I thought it's a little bit of a gloomy day outside. We're finally getting a little bit of cooler weather in the south. And so I thought I'm here on the last week before Halloween. And so it would be really the best time to sit and put this kit together. So I'm going to bring you along with me as I assemble this haunted home.
When I got the package unwrapped, I could take a closer look at all the supplies that were included in this kit. First of all, we had some tape, and that's just a roll of like two-sided tape, tear tape. And it also had some little pieces at the bottom we'll use later, little foam dots and then little glue dots. And then these were the pieces I was assuming of the house. They're more like a thicker cardboard, but also bendable. They have scored pieces and everything. And then there were also some little punch-out pieces here from this vellum, and then also some colored pieces, some more vellum in the yellow, and other little punch-outs. And then a few more little housing pieces of the cardboard. And then finally with these little black pieces that punched out. I was also pleasantly surprised to find that the little chipboard piece on the back is something that I will keep and use for future journals and albums. That's a great piece. And then the instruction sheet.
As I'm looking through the instruction sheet, I'm seeing that one other thing that I'm going to need that I didn't bring down here because I'm downstairs working. I brought scissors and tape, and I'm not even really sure if I'm going to need that. I think all of the tape and everything like I showed you in the kit is here, but it is showing a glue gun. So I think I'm going to go need to grab my glue gun, and I'm going to get that plugged up and heated up and ready to get started.
Now it's time to take a look at the instructions. I always look at instructions. I don't know, do you look at instructions? I think it's important, and I try to look ahead because I'm always afraid I'm going to mess something up and then not be able to fix it. So I've started now with punching out the little vellum pieces, and this appears to be, it's going to be on the back of the windows, and so I'm thinking it'll kind of shine through. I'm also thinking overall ahead to the end of the house that a little battery operated light would look really good inside this house and then shine through with the yellow of the little vellum sheets that we're going to have here. So there's 3 per side, and now looking at the front, or no, this is the back side of the house, you can easily punch out these windows, and this was really easy to do. I was really happy with this. There was no tearing of the paper or anything, and then we needed to fold on these score lines for the outline of the house. This is the front part of the house that has a taller, like a second-story tower in the front, and it would bend back, and then the 2 window pieces on the side. And then we have the edge pieces and the top pieces that need to be folded because that's where we're going to attach the other pieces of the house. The next step was to punch out the little bats, and there are 6 total bats to punch out. But as you're going to see, we only have 3 that will be coming from the top of the house. So we have these little sticks that are made of some kind of bendable material. We're going to sandwich those between 2 bats and using the little glue. Perfect. It was exactly what was needed. The only thing I probably would have done a little different is that when you sandwich the bat, or sandwich that little pole in between the bats, there was a little bit of a bump there. And so I'm hoping that the little glue dots are enough to hold everything together. But it's a cute little piece, and I think it looks good once it's put on the house. So now we are going to take some tape off. We have to apply the tape on the underside of each of the walls near the windows, and then we're going to place our vellum down and that was nice. Everything fit perfectly, just enough for what we needed. There's 2 of the windows already complete, and then I'm going to fix the 3rd. That is the back side of the house. That's all in place, and now it's time to begin assembling the house. And I was getting nervous. Here's where we'll use glue on those pieces that we fold down, and then we attach the side piece. And so I was a little nervous at first. You know, you're always afraid you're going to put something in the wrong place and then it's going to tear up when you try to take it off. So I was really trying to be careful lining everything up. Once I can get this first piece down, it seemed to make it a lot easier. But the biggest thing I found is as I put the pieces, just take time and let that hot glue dry. So now that was, if you're looking at the house, the right side of the house, now we're going to do the left side of the house and just line it up. And then when I can kind of set the house up or sit it up here to make sure it's even on the bottom and then along each of the sides, and then just hold it in place. That seemed to be the thing to do. And I have everything now, front and back. It almost looks like a circle now. It's not fully taken shape, but it needs that roof to help set it in place. So now I'm going to take all of the pieces here, and the instructions said put glue on all the pieces, and then we're going to set the roof down on it. This was a tricky thing, and I think I would have done this a little differently. Next time if I put this together, I think I probably would have gone from the front and see how the tower, there was a little cutout piece there where it fits. I think I probably would have done that first because I had a little bit of lining up issues on my right hand side, and then just hold it in place. But it turned out fine. Then you have the little tower roof that you have to do, and once I kind of looked at that, played around with it some, I got that in. I actually didn't glue that in place because I was thinking ahead. If I have to store the house, I might take that tower piece out. It might just help in putting it in some storage. Now, in terms of putting the little bats, they just had a glue dot holding it there on the side, and I just really didn't think that was going to hold it in place. So I did use hot glue. If I did it again, I would probably put the hot glue on the inside fold so it's not so visible. Now it's time to take some of the little punch outs, and we're going to do the shutters on the windows. And for each of those, we use the little foam dots. As I was putting this in place, it was kind of hard at first to get my size exactly where I wanted to put the shutter. And so I came back and had to readjust that first one that I did. And then I finally got it how I liked it. I love this little banner. It has the little fold down. It fits perfectly there on the roof. And you could almost even put that on the underside now that I'm looking at it. I'm not sure if you were supposed to do it that way or on the underside. You just kind of looked at the picture to see exactly where to put it. But we have the little door frame, or the entire door we put on with the little bone doorknob. You see that? The little pumpkins on the right hand side. Now we're going to put this little spider from the window here. That's so cute. And we'll also do the little cat will be on the left side of the door. If you'll also notice at the top of the tower, there was a punch out piece for that top circular window that we attached to the piece there. And now some of the last little punch outs, a tree, and I love putting these kind of things together. It reminds me of some other little pieces I've had before where you have the slits, the 2 pieces, and they slit, and then you just slide one down on the other. And so it almost has a 4-piece setting, but it helps the little tree to stand up. I did like how this was very sturdy cardstock, made out of a cardstock material, but very sturdy. Also, along with the next piece here, this little fence. I love the little fence. It's so cute. Not only are there 2 sides, but there is a scored bend that you can make like the fence to go around the house. See how it bends? And it was just in the perfect place. So everything was perfectly set in place for me to use to set all this up. And I think it was a fun little thing. I love this little piece here. It goes on the door knocker the little skull, a little silvery skull that we'll place right here on the door. So that just added a little extra there. So this is the completed piece of the house. I think it is so cute. I love how it turned out. I will be putting my little light on the inside, the little battery operated light that will look great in the dark. Here you have all the different views. It looks good all the way around, and I am so pleased with this. I highly recommend these kits, and I hope they come out with others for the other holidays and Halloween next year.